Okay.
But I can share that with you.
Okay, Mike, tell us give us the A to Z of what happened and why we're here back at Twin Lakes Beach.
I mean, it's a deep story, but anyways, so for 60 weeks in a row, we had a voluntary protest against the COVID nonsense at the beach. It started off, we gave notice to the sheriff, the mayor, the chief of police, the chief ranger, Gail Newell, the health director. I think I'm leaving out a couple people. But anyway, so all the powers that be in Santa Cruz and in Monterey had been noticed that we have the right to be on this beach whatever time we want. And so 60 weeks, we decided to do concerts here on Twin Lakes and protest together as people who are free. And they left us alone. And then they started calling us the Freedom Fire Group. Apparently we're being watched by the state parks, which, okay, whatever. And so we just kept doing our thing. We had a couple interactions where we left, but after September 4th, 2020, they left us be to have our fire out here, to gather the people, to peacefully assemble, to redress the grievances with our government, to talk about solutions. And David Rodriguez is their leader head for this group. Not our group. This is the group they created, these state parks. And I'm not sure if it's the entire county. Could be. I'm pretty sure the district attorney's involved because they're pretty pissed. So we had some concerts and we just gathered. Sometimes the Funky Fathers would be just the Funky Father. And sometimes the Funky Father would be like 7 people. And it was a group that was built through jamming at the beach around freedom songs that are made fairly simple so that people can jam along and enjoy the show. So David Rodriguez got brought in on some charges. And, this is a long story, so I'm not going to go into David's situation, but they did give him they arrested him, they put him in the jail. They didn't arrest him, they said, you need to pass a mental evaluation. 2 of them, brought to you by the city psychological evaluators. Well, if you've been watching what's going on in the courts, that's a scary position to be in, and you can end up in jail for 3 years without recourse. So we gathered the people, and we got him out a couple weeks later through massive amounts of living being participation. Put it to you that way. A lot of people got involved. Well, during that 2 weeks, they ordered David not to come to the beach. Well, I'm not David. So I kept coming to the beach, and so did a few people. And on September 21st, 2021, no, July 31st, 2021, the park rangers came, and I walked down to the beach. I didn't know they hadn't arrived yet, and Teresa, maybe I shouldn't say that. Anyways, she gave me some paperwork to serve to Pete Estes. Pete Estes is the rogue cop who runs around threatening people all the time. And he was shining flashlights in babies' eyes to intimidate the people. So I'd filed a complaint a few days before that with Captain Joe Walters. And then 3 days later, I was on that beach and I walked down to serve this notice to Pete Estes. I really just wanted to go home, so I was tired and cold, but I stayed there. They came. I tried to serve to Pete Estes. He backed me into waiting men and then used government process to coerce a signature out of me after they took me to the jail in chains and left me in a box with no seat no running water, no toilet, no shoes, in shorts and a t-shirt. It's a small price to pay, freedom. So I put on, curled up into my sweatshirt, into my shirt, into a little ball, and had a nap. Eventually I realized that I'm gonna have to sign this paperwork because someone's gonna steal all my equipment out of my car. I'm gonna lose my livelihood. So I signed this notice, and it's put on under the signature. All rights reserved, none waived, under threat, duress, and coercion. UCC 1-308. I got out of the jail. In 3 days, I'd served the presiding judge, the sheriff, the chief of police, Captain Joe Walters of the Park Rangers. I think at the clerk of the court.
On the downside,
A couple other people I'm forgetting. The Secretary of State and the Attorney General. So I served them all a notice that I rescinded that contract that they made me sign under force, threat, duress, and coercion. And this was an opportunity for me to see if this stuff works, because I've been seeing people put that on their contract, send it in, and being rejected. So I gave them a notice and opportunity to respond to it. Use their own law, wrote up their own penal codes, not my law. My law said they shouldn't even be touching me because there was no victim. Did the whole process. September 7th, I was supposed to go to into the court. And I went in special appearance to let them know there was no case and that I'm a natural living man. I'm a living man. And there is no case because it had been stopped. And that's when I walked in and I saw, wait, who's behind the bar? Hey, that's Jerry Van Leeuwen. Jerry Van Leeuwen, he used to be a public defender. Oh wait, he was Charles's public defender.
Uh-oh.
One of the Freedom Fire people. Now he's the judge, and he's there to judge me. Well, he's not there to judge me because I stopped the case. And so I said, Jerry, this thing's been stopped. See you later. And he said, well, you'll come back for another appointment. And I said, I ain't coming. I don't have to be there. By the way, I have a fee schedule that I included in this. Peace. And I left. And then I guess September 13th, he put a warrant out for my arrest. I didn't know about it. Whatever. I wasn't concerned. I told him I wasn't going to be there. I didn't go. And then over here, a year later, almost to the day, September 30th, 2022. I mean, my paperwork was so easy. It was all the same day. I just had to move 1 year over. I literally, like, everything lined up on the same days. And so I once again did the notice, rescinded the contract, gave him a courtesy notice, gave him a notice of default. Hey, you guys need to answer this, otherwise you're taking my terms. Gave him a notice of estoppel. Your silence and acquiescence accepts my terms now. So now this contract is rescinded. You're stopped, but bye-bye. There's nothing you can do. I'm going on with my life again. However, this time, I decided to go in and see what they would do. And just let them know, hey, this thing's been stopped. And I went in as a living being. And here, it's Teresa. Talk to her. And so I go in and I say, well, I'm the flesh lives and the blood flows. I'm here seeking remedy. But when I was arrested over here first, I should probably include this. The officers came with a ticket book, and they said, "Hey, Mike." I'm like, "Who are you?"
Nice to meet you.
Why do you know my name? Oh, you're famous. And so they said, well, we have a warrant for your arrest, so we just need you to sign this.
She had a blowout. I need help.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I need men.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stop this video and
Stop.
we'll get a part 2.